Right, lads, and after a rough week of international football for Ireland, thank God the League of Ireland is back. Starting off in the Premier Division, there's of course only one game this weekend. That is between Bows and Derry, second and third in the table at the moment. Only a point between these two sides. Yeah, look, this is going to be a massive game realistically for who's going to finish second. So far this season, a win apiece and a draw between the two sides. Yeah, this one's just a bit too tight for me to call, and yeah, a bit of niggle between the two sides, especially, you know, considering what happened up in Derry not so long ago. Honestly, more interesting is actually what's going on in the First Division this weekend, as it's going to be a massive weekend for who is going to finish in them playoff spots, and possibly as well for who's actually going to win the First Division. First off, a clash between Dundalk and Bray. Look, at Dundalk do look like the favourites to go up at this moment in time. They are 6 points clear of second place Cove. But Bray are going to be looking to get a win out of this realistically to guarantee themselves, you know, a spot in the playoffs. And look, at a Bray win here could be massive, especially for Cove, who of course are going to be eyeing up, you know, winning the First Division to get immediate promotion rather than having to go through the playoffs. Cove themselves, however, do have a difficult game at home to Treaty United. Treaty have almost nearly fallen out of playoff spots at this moment in time, but are just about clinging on. Harps obviously chasing them. I think they're only 3 points adrift. Look at, of course, Cove are going to be looking for a win here to put the pressure on the Dundalk, especially if Dundalk do drop points against Bray. But Treaty, of course, are going to be looking at this as a way to, you know, widen the gap between themselves and Harps. Harps, of course, playing in the Cup this weekend. I'll be doing a separate video on that. And the final game this weekend in the First Division is, of course, between UCD and Longford Town. Longford season pretty much over at this point, bar a miracle. They're not really anywhere near the playoff spot at this point in time. And of course, UCD are going to be looking at this as an opportunity to pretty much cement their spot in the playoffs. Well, yeah, that is all the ongoings in the Premier and First Division this weekend. Of course, leave your comments below for who you think is going to win, and could there be a surprise in the race for promotion.